4 p.m. For more information, visit southsidedrugco.com. Be sure to tell them Lee Marie sent you. All right, I'm here. And now you can see me. It's been a crazy morning, but a good morning, and a happy morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's good to be back. This is Lee Marie with The Go Show. Had to remember where I was because I did fill in for U-Turn Laverne for 2 weeks and 1 day, which was the longest I've ever done for her. So I keep wanting to say one street over, but this is Go Show. We go over inspiration and also things to add to your calendar, and information. So that's what we're going to do today. And I think Linda might be cruising in and joining me as soon as she makes sure everything is good in the outside world of audio-ness. And remember, this show is also on not only 1100 on the radio, but it is also on our app. A phone app. There's an app for both Android and Apple, and also Facebook and YouTube. So, and WSGI1100.com, our website. So please take advantage of that. Share our show because there's so much happening that you're going to want to share this information with people. It is a big week. I don't know why, but it is. It's like the last week of, are we in the last week yet? I guess it's not the last week yet. I guess we're still in mid-July, but there's a lot. There's tons going on. So I was really glad when U-Turn Laverne said, you want to come in for a few minutes? Because that was great. All right. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
Look at how gorgeous you look. Goodness. She's always got the most fabulous outfits. I have never seen this shirt. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Did you make that?
I know.
Because it's got the little crystals on it like you put on all your cards.
Right. No, I didn't make this one.
All right. Okay, so Linda is in the house. Linda, for those of you that don't know, is the beautiful lady that sits out there in the off camera and helps me to make sure that everything is going good on air. So I really appreciate her. And sometimes when I have calendar stuff to cover, I really like Linda here because she has been to most of the things that we're talking about. So that's always very helpful. So I'm going to start chronologically first because it's an important week, right? So today, and a lot of this I have posted in a couple different locations. I posted in the Well in the Square Facebook page, which is just Well in the Square, 4 words, so that you could find that real easily. And then also some stuff is posted on the Lee Marie Facebook page. So that's how you can find that. But I did want to just straight off remind you that today between 2 and 3, here we go, Stacy Sides, who is a homeschool mom and she also works at Crossroads, has offered to do a free class for teens. It's called Life Skills for Teens. And I want to just make sure y'all know that it's not like, cooking and doing laundry, not those kind of life skills. These are like the social life skills. So I did see that there are some life skill classes out there and the other, home ec type of stuff, which we were thinking of doing that in the future. So if you're interested, matter of fact, if there's any class that you see that the Well in the Square is not offering, please hit us up and tell us, because we have so many people, that are involved with classes and so much talent out there. And I love connecting the people. I know, Linda, you've connected with, with Carla and so many people through the craft classes. And if you want to just bend this down a little bit more, then we can hear you better. Okay, very good. Yeah, so today, life skills is mostly social life skills, like introducing yourselves and that kind of thing. Matter of fact, Friday, Chris Orndorff was talking about George Washington, and he was talking about one of the little pieces of advice that George said is, when someone walks into the room and you're going to, introduce yourself or whatever, make sure you're standing. Anytime that you are meeting somebody, stand up. Don't meet them, sitting down. And I thought, well, that is a very good tip. And so, anyways, Life Skills today is a free class for teens, 12 and up. Parents, please come with your children so you can reinforce what they learn. And I know it says 12 and up, but if you have a mature 11-year-old, they could come too. They're not going to be like IDing people at the door. Leave. So again, that is inside Crossroads Christian Bookstore, right there at 600 South Main Street. If you're at Crossroads, if you're standing at Crossroads and you look up to your right, you'll see the beautiful historic courthouse, which I absolutely love to see that. So a lot of other fun things are happening. So that is today, 2 to 3.
And parents, children listen to other people a lot better than they listen to you.
Amen, sister. That is so perfect to say that at that time, because all of us, we all listen to the outsiders more than the people in our homes, whether it be, So that is a very good point.
and it's true. It's true. And it teaches, this is something that teaches them how to be more respectful. Not that they're not, but it gives them the clue to life about how you interact with other people and things like that. And it's a wonderful class. So
That is a good point. That is so good because that is true. Like some parents might be like, "Oh, I teach my kids how to do that. They get all that stuff at home." Yeah, but when they hear about it from someone else, they'll be like, "Oh, guess what?" And you're like, "I've been telling them that for 3 years."
oh, I have a friend that she'll tell her daughter something and her daughter ignores her and she'll say, Linda, would you please tell her?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Matter of fact, that reminds me of this little meme I saw on Facebook. It was about when did I see that? Oh, a few weeks ago now. But it's like it says God and then colon and then oh no, it says like a parent of like a mom or a parent is saying, "Why don't my kids listen to me?" And then it says God colon. Then it says LOL, because it's like we're how many times are we not listening to our parents, our Heavenly Father, right? We're all guilty.
We forget about when we were that age.
Yeah. So anyways, okay. So tomorrow is Thursday and it's an exciting day because Walk with Rhonda is starting at 8:30 to 9, which I hope y'all can come by and just say, "Hey, Rhonda, hi, just want to meet you." You don't have to walk. If people say, "Let's not walk, let's just go sit in the ballroom," that's fine too. But I have a feeling people are going to want to walk a little bit. So you have the option of walk in the square, or maybe walk down the greenway, walk in the air-conditioned ballroom, whatever. Just connect and meet people. Just start your day with a half hour of, encouragement. So that starts tomorrow, and that's going to run every Thursday in the month of July, 8:30 to 9. And then Stephen's back.
Oh,
Yes, he's back for stretching. And like I was telling Laverne, I did not realize that, you could be spending all the great money on perfect supplements, but if your body and your muscles are not being stretched, they can't even get in to help you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to start stretching more every day.
and it's an amazing class. I went to several classes with Stephen, and when you finish, you feel so much better. I mean, it's just something about it might be not painful, but if you're not used to moving, you're going, but when you get through, you feel awesome.
Right, because you're energized. And I know Carla had taken it and she tried to do it, at home. And she said, "You know what? I forgot all those things. I can't remember the exact technique." She's so glad Steven's coming back to Springfield. And so, and he, for those of you that don't know, when he researches something, he really does. And he studied all the different fields and kind of like took the best from each field and incorporated into the stretching and this breathing exercises that there's really second to none. So I hope you guys will take advantage of that. Again, that starts tomorrow at 9:30. It's a half hour. Please bring a squishy mat or borrow a squishy mat if you have one, if you can. That will make things work a lot better. And then his class ends at 10. You can stick around if you want for line dance for Fun Fitness and Friends. I do that every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Beginners are welcome. All levels are welcome. We really just want to move around so that we, again, anti-aging activities. That's what movement is. That's what dancing is, anti-aging. And like Laverne said in the last hour that she knew, she talked about the one lady that does clogging who, is over 80. I'm not sure exactly how old she is, but I used to take swing dance lessons from a man in his 90s, and he was fabulous. Why? Because he never stopped dancing.
Right.
So, guys, it's a real good way to, again, stay healthy and feel better and prevent falls. You don't want to fall.
Right.
It's so easy to fall.
And the more you move, the more you go, the more energetic you are.
Mm-hmm.
I had an aunt that was 86, and she used to say, "Well, I've got to go today to take some of the old people from church to the grocery store."
Isn't that great?
And so, we used to laugh at that, but she was still able to go and do those things. And it was awesome. And her sister, on the other hand, another one of my aunts, always stayed at home and never did anything. And she was like lethargic. So
That's an excellent point. And also, when we help others, we just get that extra boost from the Lord. My mom was the same way. She graduated. She retired when she was like, I think 65 or 66. I'm not sure what, and she went straight into volunteering, and she did like over 4,000 hours at the hospital, with little pink lady jackets and stuff. And I tell you, it does. It keeps you young. When you're helping others, you just get that extra boost of
Right.
energy and health. And I loved my mama, and she really instilled volunteerism in me, which, I see, a lot of people who don't volunteer, you guys are missing out because you think that, oh, well, I, need to do stuff for myself and all that. But you know what? When you volunteer, you actually get blessed more than the people you are blessing.
Right.
You really do. Like, when I volunteered for Laverne and, getting people for her shows and all that, I was meeting all these people. That's how I met so many people, scheduling them for the shows and stuff. So there's so much. And matter of fact, my favorite jobs in life have really been when I was volunteering.
Oh, I volunteer here.
There you go.
And look how many people I've met
That's right. That's a good
and
point.
how many
All
contacts. It's awesome.
and all the information that we
Right.
hear, that's one thing I love. So exactly. So anyways, tomorrow, like we said, Rhonda's at 8:30, Steven's at 9:30, 11 a.m. is line dance for Fun Fitness and Friends. And then 11:30 starts Carla and Michelle's sewing series, which I'm so happy that it's back. And this is for 4 Thursdays. It's only $99 for the whole series. And it is going to be in the front section of Well in the Square, so the front classroom. Beginners are welcome, but all levels are welcome as well. Please bring your sewing machine if you can. If you can't, let us know. But we're going to have a lot of fun making some projects. I know that there's so many possibilities. If you have stuff that you want to see being made, by all means bring those, because they're always looking for new ideas and wanting to incorporate things, and based on how many people are in class, that's what they'll like decide on what to do. I mean, I know they already have some planned projects, but there's always room to add in something else when people find like, look at this cool thing.
And Carla is awesome.
She is, indeed, she is. And so that is tomorrow, 11:30 to 1:30. And then, like I said, after that, which, will probably be about 2 o'clock, I think some of us are going to head over to Itchy Bonds because their lunch special, oh, you weren't here for that. Their lunch special goes till 3 o'clock, guys. That's right. So I know Carla loves Itchy Bonds, and so do all the other people who are sewing. So we're probably going to head on over there. So just a great time of community connection. That's what we try to do at the Well. We just want people to be happy and healthy. And, I challenge you to, participate at Well in the Square and not come out happier or healthier. So a lot of other things are happening. I guess I'll first I'm going to skip some of this other stuff here that I did post a lot on Well in the Square. And but I'm going to first right now just go over the Well in the Square stuff. And then I will go to the outside Well in the Square stuff. So so tomorrow's Thursday. So Carla's class, and then we go to lunch, and then at 6 o'clock we're coming back because my nighttime line dance class is now on Thursdays at 6 p.m. So at the Friday night market, a lot of people came by and said, "I work until 5 in Nashville. Can you make it at 6?" I'm making it at 6 now, so use it or lose it. You better show up and come to line dance class. It's super fun. Again, all levels are welcome, and it's for Fun Fitness and Friends. So tomorrow, Thursday night, 6 p.m., line dancing in the ballroom. Okay, so that is Thursday. Then Friday, Cindy Norton. I know you've taken that class.
Yeah.
When I don't have that class, boy, do I feel it. I love her stretching class. She provides the bands. She is doing this on Fridays. And this is, let me make sure I find it, Fun Fitness with Cindy Norton. This is 6:15 to 7 p.m. on Friday nights at Well in the Square. If you can come a little bit early before Crossroads closes at 6, that's even more helpful. But if you can't, that's okay. 6:15 to 7 is the band aerobics resistance training. Again, guys, this is so good to protect your balance, increase your agility. And then right after that, Friday, this is Friday, after Cindy's class, I'm going to be doing on July 10th, which is this Friday, a absolute beginner line dance class. Okay, so I know some people out there have seen some of our students that have been line dancing for 3 years now, and they know like 30 or 40 line dances. So that can be intimidating, although I always look to see who's in class and make sure that everybody gets something. However, this class on Friday nights for 3 consecutive Fridays is going to be focused on mostly beginners. So you're going to learn what are the most common line dances line dance moves, founding over and over like a grapevine, and cha-cha steps, different things like that, step touches. You're going to learn that, and you'll also learn some line downs. So Linda's looking at the clock, which means Lee Marie wants you to run a commercial. Okay, I'll do that. Let's first talk about Ridgetop Mower, because let me tell you, is today the 8th? It is. Gary is not there. So Ridgetop Mower is closed as far as I know, because I know Gary's out of town, it's closed the 8th to the 18th because he's out doing some disaster relief with Samaritan's Purse. So
He's such a great guy.
isn't he? So you can still text and schedule something for after, so I think that Monday he comes back would be, I think that's the 20th, I'm not mistaken. But, you can text and say like, hey, as soon as you get back in town, can you please pick up my mower or whatever. But anyways, the phone number is 615-855-0044. Again, that's 615-855-0044. Maybe this time might be a good opportunity to go around your yard and see if there's any heavy equipment that needs to leave. Maybe you have something that you're like, okay, this worked at one point. It's not worth the money to fix it. Let me have Gary pick it up. He's taken off 10 days, 8 to the 18th. Yeah, he's taken off 10 days to go work with Samaritan's Purse. So you can donate some stuff to him, right? He's not going to be working this week. Anyways, Ridgetop Mower of Springfield will pick up unused or unwanted equipment for free. So it just depends on where you're located. But anyways, it might be a good time to survey your lawn. Since Gary's out of town, you can't get your mower fixed right now with him. But anyways, go ahead and do that and let him know that Lee Marie sent you. Okay, also Southside Drugstore. We did do an ad right before at the start of our show, so we're good there. But just a reminder, Southside is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6, and Saturdays, 8 to 12. All right, and then the other two we will do in the second half of the show. That's UPS and Coldstream. So you can remind me, Linda. Linda's usually out there with cue cards. Commercial break. But today she's in here, which is fabulous because I'd much rather have her in here. But anyways, okay. So we were talking about lots of fun ways to meet friends, to get healthy. This is so important, guys. We're really realizing more and more how stress affects our health, and the things that you can do to reduce stress, like Cindy's class and line dancing and dancing, all that kind of movement helps to reduce stress. Also going out into the outdoors, and again, I know we love our phones. We do all our banking. We do everything on our phones and our tablets. But guys, there is what is it? Not a payback, what am I looking for? There is not a penalty, but when you're in too much indoors with your electronics, there is definitely a price that you pay because you need to get out in nature. You need to get out with other people. If the only people you're talking to are like ChatGPT or, Alexis or, Gemini or whatever, like if those are your only friends, you need to get out and be with other human beings that are real, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And I mean, I know that anytime I hear somebody, like one of my friends that just say, I'm so down, I'm depressed or, I don't have a purpose. I'm like, well, come on, let's go. Let's get out, and once you get out and start connecting with other people, and y'all remember my favorite thing to say, hey, this is going on. I don't want to go by myself. Can I pick you up?
When I first moved here, I've been here 8 years now.
Okay.
But when I first moved here, I knew no one. I didn't know a soul. I met one person, and it snowballed.
Oh, was that Deborah Grant?
No, it was her sister, actually.
Oh, her sister. Okay.
Rebecca. It has made whole farms.
Oh, that's right. Now, she's got all the flowers, right?
Right. She did flowers and beautiful. They do flowers every year. And
we should have them in next Wednesday and have her bring some of the flowers.
Well, it's flower season. It's just about over.
Oh.
It's just about. She may have some few left. But,
okay. Next year, let's get her on the calendar for like May or June or whatever. Yeah. Because I remember the one year that she was going to be the one of the Martha Seeds of Hope.
She was.
And so we had her, she gave it all those flowers.
That was awesome. They even built a prayer room at their farm out at the greenhouse for the people, to come by and they could go in there and spend some quiet time if they wanted. And
that's awesome.
It was really neat.
See, one person. So Linda was here 8 years and she met Rebecca and that changed her world.
It did. And then I met Deborah, and from Deborah I met Lee Marie, and from Lee Marie, I can't begin to tell you.
Oh, well, the Lord, it's all the God, it's all the Lord, and he's got so many things in store for all of you. He has a purpose. If you are breathing right now, he has a purpose for you, a special, unique purpose. We are all like snowflakes and we all have different talents. That's why we need each other.
Right.
We all can help each other. So I encourage you to get plugged in with somebody, some group, and the easy way is to take, a class,
Right.
because you're all just kind of walk in, you're all equal. And
And yeah, no one knows anyone, but when you leave, I mean, you make friends that way. I walked into a shop that Rebecca owned, and to look around and met her. And of course, I don't meet a stranger, and I would talk to the wall if it would talk back to me. So we started up a conversation, and bam, we've been friends for 8 years.
Wow. That is so cool. All right, so back to Saturday. So did I talk about Saturday?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so we were on Friday. We're talking about Cindy Norton, who y'all know from South Haven, is doing her fun fitness class Fridays at 6:15 to 7. It's a 45-minute class. After that, for the next 3 Fridays, I am doing a beginner line dance class. Then this Saturday is big. Chris Orndorff is going to speak at Purpose Life at the GOP, and I loved his. Did you get to hear it yet?
No.
Okay, it was on one street over. I had him on July 3rd because I wanted a patriotic message, and he did such an amazing job talking about George Washington and all of the miracles that just showed that God's hand was on him.
Now, not to change the subject, but is there not a movie playing about George
Yes,
Washington?
Young Washington. I heard it was
I'd
excellent.
love to see that.
I know, I want to see it too. Let's all get a group together, y'all.
Yeah, there you go. Here, see,
See right there.
you mentioned one thing, and before you
And now
know
we
it,
have an
you're a
outing
group.
planned. Yes,
Yeah.
we do. It'll have to involve some food too. Let's see, either before or after. Okay, well, anyway, back to George Washington. Like, I didn't know, his horse was shot out from underneath him twice. He was shot at, and his uniform had 4 holes in it,
Right.
but he had none. There's so many things that were just so cool to know about George Washington. And Chris is going to be doing that speech. Yeah, this Saturday, 8:30 starts the breakfast potluck, and then 9 o'clock is the program. That's at Purpose Life, 805 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield. And then after that, you stick around for prayer, half-hour of prayer for the county. Then after that, head on over to Well in the Square. I got your whole day planned. 12:30 to 2. 12:30 to 2 is Pat Samler doing Discover Homeopathy.
And I can hardly wait. I'm excited about it.
Yes, matter of fact, Laverne had posted a picture yesterday of Mark with, I don't know if you saw it, his eye was so swollen it was shut. It was like a golf ball eye. And she had asked people, like, what do I do? And like people are all saying all this stuff, There was one other lady, and I want to meet her. Her name is Penny. Penny, I want to meet you. She was the only other one talking about homeopathy. She's like, Apis. And I'm like, oh, Penny knows. And I'm like, yeah, Leadum and Apis. Well, I texted Pat Samler too, just to confirm. I'm like, he should be doing Leadum, right? And she goes, yeah, Leadum and Apis. I'm like, all right. So anyways, I gave her some of that today. So I'm anxious to find out what happens in about 20 or 15 minutes after he gets that, because she said it's still very swollen, it's still bothering him. And I tell you, there's so many things. And these homeopathic cures, or, not cure, well, I say cures, medicines or treatments, they're not expensive because you can't patent them. They're all natural.
Yeah.
So there's not crazy side effects with them. You can get them on Amazon. So like Pat will tell me like, oh, you really need, belladonna or whatever. And then it's like, I order it on Amazon. It's like on my porch the next day, and I've now like, I don't have to take, the dog in, and don't have to, she has saved me time and money and heartache. And if you, like I was telling Laverne when she left, I gave her some Leadum to take with her, and that's Ledum, Ledum palustre. And I said, anybody that has humans or dogs in their house right now, if their dogs are going outdoors, they should have Ledum on them, because if you get a tick and you take that off, give them Ledum. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm just telling you what has really worked well for us and our farm. So anyway, but this coming Saturday, you get to meet Pat Samler, if you haven't already. And she is amazing. She is a certified homeopath. Her website is myhomeopat.com. myhomeopath.com. Anyway, please RSVP so that she knows how many books to bring. She was going to be charging $15 because it includes a little booklet as well as a gift. But she called me the one night and she said, the Lord just told me to offer this class for free. I'm like, okay, so floodgates are open. But so the first 7 at least will get the free book and the free gift. But after that, you better get your RSVPs in because she'll need to know how many to bring, and she can't bring it for everybody, but everybody is welcome to attend.
I RSVP last night with Lee Marie.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yes, yes. So anyways, it's going to be a great class, 12:30 to 2, and it's going to be storefront at Well in the Square, and it's called Discover Homeopathy. And do not go to the ballroom unless you want to go to church and speak Spanish. Okay, because that's who rents downstairs on Saturdays all day. So this is upstairs. Okay. After Pat's class, I want to invite anybody who is able to come to the Pray for Tien on July 18th at noon, if they wouldn't mind learning Amazing Grace, signing it on that day. So next Saturday, the 18th at noon, they're going to be doing Amazing Grace, and Brother T would really love to have some people sign it. So we're going to have a little practice session. So anybody that would like to learn that, you can go online. There's several versions on, YouTube, and start learning it, and then we'll practice it on Saturday in between the 2 cool workshops. The other cool workshop is, of course, the Songwriters Workshop. 5 p.m. to 6:30. And this is with Mark Thomas. He is so talented. I know you've seen Mark before plenty of times. He lives in East Nashville. He doesn't really come here too often, so we have to take advantage. He is so talented, piano player, piano instructor, vocal coach. He's in the Music City Quartet. He teaches group classes as well as privates. And he is just he has a wonderful personality. Yeah. I mean, what more can I say? He is doing a songwriters workshop this coming Saturday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. No experience needed, or maybe you just are new in town and you want to be connected. Mark is very connected, and you're going to meet some really cool people that are there. We want to try to start to do a songwriters round night, probably once a month for starters at the Well. So come on to the workshop. It's going to be fun. It's only $25 for an hour and a half with a pro. Who, I mean, he's at Bluebird Cafe on the 12th. He's done Opry shows. You got to come. Songwriters Workshop this Saturday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. I'm not going to talk about the other classes that start in August because there's so many other things that I want to talk about that are in July. So I'm gonna go off of that, except for just saying that, again, Clogging 101 is starting Monday nights in August. And I got to remind me that we need to have her on. Okay. Elizabeth Clark is a champion, and she is going to be teaching this class Monday nights, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., starting August 3rd. And there's a special, one of the reasons why I tell you about this right now is there's some excellent early bird opportunities because the class is $99 for all 5 hours of instruction. So it's $99 for the whole 5-week series, which is a great deal. And by all means, go ahead and pay that. However, if you want to get a discount, there are 2 opportunities. If you register by July 15th, you register for only $89. But wait, there's more. If you are one of the first 10 early birds, you are called a bonus bird, and you can get the whole 5-week series for only $79. So that's $20 savings.
Yeah. Right.
So that is awesome that she is going to be supplying that for us, providing this service. And Clogging 101, if you've not seen Tennessee Rhythm, they are the fabulous dance group that goes out in their red and white. They're on the Opry all the time.
Earlier in this year or last year, didn't we have some young girls that came on, like 12, 15, something young that did clogging?
Yes, and it was them. So we're going to have them back because we do like to have them on every so often. All right. So anyways, you can pick up this catalog for Well in the Square. We have them at the City Hall, and we also have them at the Center, which is the big, large building next to City Hall for those people who are new to town. So again, if you go to Well in the Square Facebook page, you will see a bunch of events, and some are not me. Some are like this one, VBS at Temple. This is in White House, and this is Sunday. This Sunday at 6 p.m. And so they have classes for all ages. This is part of their VBS program, and so check it out because again, it's from kindergarten through adults. And this runs July 12th to the 17th, 6 to 9 p.m. The daily kickoff begins at 5:30 p.m. You can register online, and I put the link to that. So Temple Baptist Church is located at 117 Marlin Road in White House. And I know that some of the VBSs are already done, but this one is just starting, and it's got the illumination theme, which is going to be super fun. So get on out and be a part of that. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Music Under the Stars. Oh yeah, Friday, July 31st, 6 p.m. This is Summer in the City Park. So this is White House Chamber is putting this on. They're going to be starting up their summer music in the park, and that's Friday, July 31st. You can see the link on that. Oh my gosh, there is so much. I also posted this summer square dance. I know it's far away, but it's at Sergeant Alvin York's historic park. Have you ever been there?
No.
I want to go there because I want to go like tour and see what all is about Sergeant York. Because when I interviewed my father-in-law one day, Pop, and I said, what first inspired you to start competitive shooting and all that. And he started shooting at a real young age, and he said the Sergeant York movie. So he is, Sergeant York is a very decorated, he's got records for, like the most decorated. I'd love to have somebody come in from their family. I know it's so far away, but if any of you have a contact or you're related to Sergeant York, because, they do live in Tennessee, but it is a little bit far away. It's Pall Mall, Tennessee. But if you have any contacts, I'd love to have them in, and I do want to get out there and do a little road trip and see if they have like a museum and different stuff, because what a great movie and inspiration. I posted a map of, as you know, I'm on the Orange Heart Medal Foundation board, and we still have some states that do not have it recognized. So if you look at this map, see, Linda, all that orange?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's all the South.
Yeah.
That's right.
Of course.
The South has got it going on. They have got all of this happening. However, there's some big chunks of white. Let me see. Can you guys see that? You probably have to go to the Well in the Square Facebook page to see it. There's some bunch of states that are still white. So if you have a contact in those white states, please reach out, forward them this map, and tell them you want to try to help get the Orange Heart Medal recognized in their state. We already have a resolution typed up. Sabi had done the one for our legislature. And so we already have it. It's going to be real easy, and their legislators can get some, brownie points for getting that passed in their state. But we want to see every state in the nation turn orange for that. Okay. Also, one little challenge I want to put out there is the Pray for TN event, which is coming on July 18th. One time, and I got to talk to Brother T and tell him about this challenge, because I've said it a couple times on air now, but I need to say it to him because he's in charge of it. One time when I was talking to Mayor Billy Vogel, he said it'd be great to have, because the very first one, we had hands linked around the whole courthouse. Yes. And Billy said the next year when I went and talked to him, he said it'd be really great if we could do 2 circles. So that should be the challenge, 2 circles for Billy. So Brother T, I need to call you, but if I don't, someone tell him that let's do that, 2 circles for Billy. Okay. Got to get a hold of Buzzy and tell him too. You can start spreading that message that we want to do 2 circles specifically for Billy. So anyways, but that is the annual event that's happening. It's called Pray for TN. It is going to be Saturday, July 18th, 12 o'clock noon at the historic courthouse steps. It's usually over within an hour. Right. And that is also where some people are going to be signing Amazing Grace. So we hope that you guys will want to do that. And then speaking of sign language, I might as well just tell you, because right now we are in the progress. We have a sign language class going on, but I think they're like in the 5th of 7 weeks. But we have a brand new American Sign Language class beginning Thursday, August 6th. And there is going to be a 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. So I know a lot of homeschoolers wanted something before, dinner time and all that. So please spread this to the homeschoolers. It's not just for homeschoolers, it's for anybody that wants a 3:30 class, but I know a lot of homeschoolers were wanting that, but we need to get the word out. We need your help. That same day, Thursday, August 6th, we're going to be starting a level 2 American Sign Language class. So that's really cool. So those of you that have taken the first one better beef it up, because I hear that it's going to be pretty quiet in that level 2. She's going to be doing mostly signing at you. So but that's exciting, and it's a challenge for all of you guys taking level 1 right now. So yes, an American Sign Language level 2. And I know there's already some people out there that know quite a bit, and they're in our level 1 because there's just not a lot of level 1s even around here. So Alana's doing an awesome job just building this, deaf awareness group in Springfield. So super excited about that. And you can go online to sign up, or you can stop in Crossroads Bookstore. They can sign you up for any of these. They also have a table of amazing. Did you see their patriotic table that's in there?
I have not been in to see that, but everything in there is amazing. I mean, every time I go in there, I'm just in awe.
I know it. They have because of the 250 and all that, they had just a lot of product in there for 250. And Nancy was saying the other day, she goes, wow, we still have, some stuff left. I don't know what to do. And I said, I'm celebrating all year. Like I'm celebrating probably the rest of my life. But I mean, I just bought some 250 stuff. H.G. Hill actually had some hats and keychains. Good luck, because they're all gone. But they were there for a moment, and they were blowing them out. And I was like, oh my gosh, 250 is such a huge, it's not like a one-day event.
Right.
So stop into Crossroads and get some of this cool stuff while she still has it. It's a whole table of it. Just from, shirts and hats and bracelets and keychains and stickers, stuff that is good year round.
Right.
Buy stuff now for Christmas presents for your patriotic friends.
Right.
Because it's hard to find stuff, closer you get to Christmas. And then plus you got to wait, for Amazon. Maybe, your thing gets stolen off your porch, which that is such a great segue for my next sponsor. Are porch pirates stealing your packages off your porch? Well, have no fear. UPS Store is here. You can go ahead and get a post office box. And the cool thing is it has a regular address. So there's some stuff that you are not allowed to get mailed to a P.O. box. But if you have a regular address, you can. And so through UPS, you can have a regular address. So that's a really cool feature that the UPS Store has. But I'm going to bring up their Facebook page because they always got new stuff going on and specials. And so let me bring that up. UPS Store 4297. Yep, they've got a bunch of stuff. So guys, it's not just your place to drop off your Amazon. They have Blueprint stuff. They can, right now for a limited time, it says you can get 3 months free of your address box. Wow. So it says get a real address, packages accepted from all carriers, and secure package handling. That's true. People are getting their stuff ripped off their porches, guys. If you're in one of those neighborhoods, you might want to, have this, maybe not have everything go to UPS, but certain things that are maybe more expensive that you don't want to be sitting on your porch till you get home from work. Well, you can have it shipped right to UPS, which is great. They can help pack stuff for you. They do blueprints. They have a notary. They can do shredding stuff. And sometimes maybe you have stuff like they have a picture here, like you have some glasses, champagne glasses or something that you need to mail. Guess what? They've got all that bubble wrap and everything to make sure that it gets, where it needs to go all in one piece. So they have a lot of great, there's a picture of their mailboxes. They got a really cool video going. Check out the UPS Store 4297 on Facebook. If you have any questions for them, you can call them at 615-384-0093. That's 615-384-0093. Make sure you tell them that Lee Marie sent you.
And they do everything at that store. They make banners.
Oh, that's right.
Like if people have birthdays or anniversaries, or you need a banner for your business, as well as business cards, you name it, they can do it.
Very good. Excellent point. Yeah. And even those yard signs.
Right. Lee Marie and I both had a book that we had, and you know how when you like to save your place, but the spine is so stiff.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
them put the ring binders on this book that we used
Yes.
in a class,
Mm-hmm.
and it works beautifully. They do that sort of thing. They take the binders off and put the rings on.
Yeah, they make it into a spiral bound.
Right. It's they do awesome things.
Mm-hmm. They certainly do. And another place that does awesome things is Coldstream Christian Camp. All the photos are going up at the camps right now of all the kids having so much fun, making new friends. I just love seeing those pictures, Coldstream. You are killing it. You're doing a great job there. And let me get their information for you.
Such a beautiful place.
Isn't it, though? You got to tour it, didn't you?
I did not do a tour,
Not
but
yet. Okay, you need to, because we want to do some stuff over there. They're located at 4730 Goodman Road in Adams, and their phone number is 615-696-2208. Their office hours are 9 to 4, Monday through Friday. But please text them, let them know you want to come and have a tour, or you can also email them at info@coldstreamchristiancamp.org. Okay, and it says, please give them 24 business hours to respond to emails. So you want to make sure that you can get your retreat or your family reunion, whatever, on the books, because all the good dates do go pretty fast. But I am just loving all those pictures. Those kids are having a blast, guys. If you missed the boat this year, get on it for next year, or, you can still take advantage of some of the VBSs, so maybe you didn't get to send your kids to a summer camp, but they can still have a wonderful experience at a VBS. So we have about 10 minutes left, Linda. Is there anything in particular you want to talk about?
Can't think of anything in particular.
Well, you know me, I can always talk. I'm going to go to the Lee Marie page now. So I was talking about some stuff on the Well in the Square page, but I'm going to transfer now over to the Lee Marie page and see what we got over there, because anytime I see stuff that looks like it's family friendly, especially if it's free, because, that's always a selling point. Oh yeah, here's another Vacation Bible School. This, might be too far away. Never mind. I think sometimes I do post things before I look to see where they are. Oh, here's something very local. Oh my goodness, this is tonight, July 8th, a night of champions. So there's going to be two really cool athletes, professional athletes, Jabari Small and Omari Thomas, are both going to be over in Springfield. And I think Springfield Baptist is the one that's putting this on. Let's see. Yes, it is Springfield Baptist. So it says, we're honored to welcome these guys. Let's see. So Jamari is from the Detroit Lions and Omar is from the New Orleans Saints. And they're both former Tennessee Volunteers, and they both have a powerful testimony, and they also have a long-standing friendship. So that's just a cool thing, guys. This again is something that's free. This is over. I think it's at the center. It is. It's at the center. So Springfield Baptist Church is right across from the center. But the center is where this is going to be happening tonight at 6 p.m. What a great thing to take your kids to. And the center is located at 401 North Main Street in Springfield. So a night of champions. I know they do this, I think, once a year. They have, some pro athletes come. And so that is tonight. I'm glad I looked. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I'm scrolling down. You guys can see there's the Discover Homeopathy information right there. And then the two down from that is the actual brand new one of these. Oh, that's right. One thing that is not in that brochure. So I'm going to have to make another brochure and put this one in, because this is a July event that is not in that brochure. This is 5 ways to motivate your workforce and increase productivity. So this is a week from today. So 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., pretty much exactly a week from this minute. This is for any businesses, big or small businesses, that maybe want to send your managers here, or maybe you want to come to this. Just some really great procedures and skills to, in managing your workforce. Because again, all of us, too much electronics in our hands and not enough paying attention to people. And remember, guys, again, no one cares what you know unless they know that you care. And you really need to, if you are in a job that deals with people, you need to,
Right.
Have some good people skills in your tool belt, because it's not that we're mean. And, I'm guilty of this too, even with some of our volunteers, because I will get so focused. I'm like, okay, and these need to be picked up and these need to be printed out. You need to finish that and let's go and bring that other thing and get the speaker plug, you know. And it's like, I go, whoa, let's slow down. Like, did you ask this person how they were today? They have a sick family member. Did you ask them about them? And it's not like I'm saying like, do this stuff, to appear nicer. We do care about that, but we get so sidetracked by all this other
Right.
stuff. We need to slow down and remember we're dealing with people. Treat people how you want to be treated. And remember, guys, like even in text messages, sometimes when I'm writing something, I'll be like, I need this, that. And then like, whoop, I go to the top, carriage return a couple bit. Hello, Susan. How are you today? Like you need to do that. We're not a robot.
Life gets in the way.
Mhm. It does. So, anyways, that class is just going to be a real helpful. It's going to help you not only with managing your workforce, but also, people in your life too. Just dealing with people in general. So it's a good communication class. The other great communication class, which is also starting in July, is that series. Now, so, Lindy, you have about a week to get engaged if you want to come to this class.
No,
She's like, no,
No,
thanks.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Marriage series. We have a marriage and engaged series starting up the last Saturday of July. Sheila and David Bird, which I know you all love them. Sheila is on the board over at my father's house. David is a Vietnam vet. They're also the leaders of Freedom Steppers, which we had so much fun last Saturday performing with the Freedom Steppers. We all did, I guess we did we do 3 numbers, maybe 4. I think we did 3 numbers, patriotic songs, and it was just super fun. But anyway, Sheila and David are awesome. They are both counselors, also certified counselors, and they are going to be doing this marriage series that's going to be super fun. So 5 p.m. to 6:30, invest in your marriage, guys. Again, we need to build up marriages. We need to build up families, which builds up communities. And the enemy is constantly at our throats,
And if you haven't met Sheila, you haven't lived. I can't speak for David. I've not met him. But Sheila she's not only a trip, that girl is the whole vacation.
I've never heard that. I'm stealing that. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, it is true. She is something else. And so I'm really looking forward to this. And again, when I first came here to WSGI, trying to help, book people for Laverne, I looked all around for a marriage ministry. Crickets. All right. Again, if you are a church with a vibrant marriage ministry, text me. I want to have you in talking about it. They're not, looked at enough. Right. And we have to, guys, because the enemy is after our relationships and, he's after our family relationships, anything that he can throw a wrench in. And you're with your spouse a lot, and so there's a lot of wrench throwing opportunities. So I highly encourage you to take time to sow into your marriage or your relationship if you're just engaged. And David and Sheila, this is not going to be boring. They have some interactive, some fun exercises. So, and then plus the last night is actually a date night finale, and you get to just meet some other awesome couples. It looks like right now there's a lot of ministry couples that are in it because we do have scholarships. So if you are leading a church or a ministry, get a hold of me because we did have some anonymous scholarships donated for those working in ministry because people know that those are the couples that get attacked the most,
Right.
because they're doing some heavy, hardcore lifting for the kingdom. And so we want to see those people learn these skills so that they can take these back to their communities and their churches.
Yeah. And on that note, I'd like to add that you should always pray for your minister every day because, they pray for you every day and they need all the help they can get also.
That is an excellent point. Yes, if you don't have a prayer journal yet, please do. Put on the left side some little empty boxes. And as you see some of those heavier, big one-time ones being fulfilled, check them off because God answers prayers constantly, but he can't answer them if you're not sending them up.
Right.
So make sure you send in those prayers up. Good, excellent point. Matter of fact, be in prayer about, all of these activities in our community, that the right people will find what they need, that they will find other people, that they will connect. There are so many good churches, guys. If you don't have a church family yet, there are a lot of opportunities. I don't know what I would do without my church families. So I have several, but yeah, get plugged in. And if you need to find a church and you don't know, you can text me or private message me, because I do know certain things. Like I met this couple; they were looking for a church that had more hymns. I said, well, I know several here. This is a small church. This is a large church. What are you looking for? Well, I want to get involved with kids ministry. Okay, well, don't go to this church because they have like one child. Go to this church. Like now that I've been doing this show and been, involved with WSGI, probably like 5 or 6 years now. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look, but we've interviewed a lot of pastors, and we just know, what the churches that, you don't want to dress up or you do want to dress up. Like we can tell you where you're going to feel most comfortable. I love so many different churches. I love worship music. I love modern music. I love hymns, so music is not a make or break with me. I want to go because I want to worship. But some people really, get stuck on a particular thing. And that's okay. If you feel comfortable with something like, oh, that reminds me of the church that I was raised in. Okay. We can help you get plugged in. But guys, get plugged in, especially kids. I can't imagine what my life would be like as a child that I didn't know the Lord.
Right. And if you don't have a home church, go to different ones, go to different kinds to see what suits you best.
Mm-hmm.
You may go to one that goes, no, this is not for me. Or, but you may walk into a church and you feel like you walked in home.
Mm-hmm.
So
isn't that a great feeling?
Try it out.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
And it doesn't matter if it's not the church for you. You're there to worship God, and that's what's important.
Right. Yes, that's a good point. And there's so many churches that have wonderful resources to tap into too. And like some churches, like Light Chapel does a fifth Sunday, concert and dinner. And then I know Purpose Life does every last Sunday they do potluck right after service. Like there's a lot of things going on that you're not going to just find on the internet, but talk with people. And like Linda said, try them out. All right. I'm going to scroll down real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything else that's huge. There is a picture of Well in the Square. Just to let you know, it is next to Crossroads, and they both have the same address, 600 South Main Street in Springfield. So some of the smaller classes are in our storefront classroom. Some of the larger classes are in the back ballroom. There's a video of Mark playing the piano. Mark is so amazing. I'm really excited for his workshop this Saturday. There's a video right there. Pat Samler, she did, this was real interesting. I don't know if you saw it, but she did on Friday, because it was First Friday, she did what made her get into homeopathy. She used to have a lot of health issues, including migraines. And I know that is no joking matter. I know those are extremely painful, and she no longer has them because of all the homeopathy stuff that she learned. So I hope you guys will take advantage of her class. Oh yeah, there's so many things. Oh my gosh, we have like 1 minute, Linda. What am I forgetting? Anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just a reminder, I still see a whole bunch of people looking for their dogs. All right, we told you guys, 4th of July is the biggest day. The dogs will leap a fence because they think they are under attack with all of those fireworks going on. And now here comes all the posts.
Yeah. On the 5th of July, my first question to Lee Marie is, how's Harvey?
Oh, yeah. And there was some really tragic accidents that happened, on the 4th. I don't know if any of you heard, but please pray for the family of the 4-year-old boy from Kentucky. There was a projectile firework that went into his face, and he did not survive.
Oh.
Yeah. So be in prayer. I mean, there was countless. Now, on the flip side of that, there was also a pool party, and there was an adult man that was drowning, and there was an 11-year-old boy there who was trying to get everybody's attention, but there was music and things were loud, and he couldn't get anyone's attention. He dove in, and he pulled that man out.
Oh, wonderful.
He saved that man. So we got to be watching out for each
That's
other,
one of
guys.
God's miracles.
Yes, yes. And, as far as the little 4-year-old, I mean, that's so sad. But, guys, remember, God's in control. He knew when that little boy was coming to heaven.
Right.
It's so hard for us, especially when it's a child.
Yeah.
We just like, why, Lord, why? But remember, his ways are not our ways. We will be reunited with all of them in heaven. And, but we have to, while we're here on earth, we need to be good stewards. We need to help each other get through all this, protect each other. And one thing I did learn, I'm going to tell you this, 'cause it's already 9:01. I did find out the best thing to do for my PTSD dog that does not like fireworks, and that is not be at my house. We went to my in-laws in Cedar Hill where there was no fireworks sound nearby. And the ones that did happen were very light. And plus, we're already in a different place. So the dogs are like, oh, I guess that's just what happens in Cedar Hill. If you're at home and there's crazy loud things going on, that's why they are so much more scared. So this was Harvey's best 4th of July ever.
Well, we had 2 German Shepherds, and one of them, the first loud boom, the oldest one ran in the house and went to his room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The younger German Shepherd we have sat by the fence and looked for it.
It takes all types,
So,
right?
You never know.
Yep.
But I did see on the internet where there is some sort of hat that goes over a dog's ear. It goes on their head. It's almost
Okay.
like an aviator hat.
Oh, my
It goes over
goodness.
their ears where they can't hear that
I
loud
think that would be
noise.
worth investing for Harvey.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what I
because
was
there is
thinking.
going to still be more thunder and such, and he doesn't like that either. So, interesting. Anyways, I'm so glad you were able to join me, Ms. Linda.
It's always fun.
Oh, we have a good time, don't we? It's so funny thinking about the different personalities of dogs. It's so true. They're just like people, they're just, different.
Well, they don't lie to you, steal from you, cheat on you. They're
That
true
I have
blue.
to
They're
find
true
that
blue.
one Facebook post. It was a while back. But, it had like the top 10 reasons dogs are better than people, or no, having dogs is better than having children, and it listed all these things. And then it got to the bottom, and it said, when they get pregnant, you can sell their offspring. Oh, goodness. Anyways, you've been listening to Linda Clement and Lee Marie on, what's this called? Go Show. I tell you, after doing 2 weeks and one day doing one street over, it's really hard now to say Go Show. But yes, this is the Go Show. We're on every single week on Wednesdays. Don't forget, guys, today 2 to 3, bring out your teens. Saturday, ton of great workshops at Well in the Square. So much fun stuff coming on. Find me on Facebook. I love you guys. God bless. Make it a great day. Thank you again, Linda.
Thank you.
You've all been listening to 1100 WSGI.